I was born again, they hung Christ like an ornament. To the lost sheep only he was sent. I ain't know who I was, so I had to repent. Why we in this condition? Cause we didn't follow and listen. You gotta be born again, and I'm on a mission. I don't wanna talk, pay attention, cause you in the midst of sin. I was born again.
Hey, bro.
This is the book of Psalms,
Verse
chapter 52, and verse number 3.
Right?
Thou lovest evil more than good.
Now what?
Thou lovest evil more than good.
Hey, but like I was saying, man, Esau loves evil more than good, man.
And lie rather than to speak righteousness. Selah.
See that? All they do is sit there and speak lies, man. Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse number 3, Elder.
Bring it up.
How y'all doing? Come on over here right quick. Let me show y'all something. You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible?
Some stuff in it.
Some stuff in it. All right. Let me get the book of drop that. Get the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 50.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse number 15.
Bring it out.
The story of Moses, right? When he went to Pharaoh said, "Let my people go," he was talking about a very specific people. Now, when he then got our people out of Egypt, when he was the Most High blessed him to part the Red Sea, when we got up out of there, he said that these are some rules, regulations, and guidelines that the Most High God has given us to obey by.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
Right?
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So like I was saying, he said these are rules, regulations, and guidelines that the Most High God has set for us. And if we don't do it, he can put these curses on us. In other words, I ask what? You got any kids? All right, well, you know, when you do have some, when you do don't, go as well. If your kids sit there and disobey you, what you gonna do? You gotta put the work to them, right? You gotta put the work to them. All right, so that's what the Most High is saying right here. Now let's listen to some of these curses that's we'll put upon our people. Give me 1:16.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Curse out that be in the city. So regardless of what state you go into, there's certain cities that primarily has our people. Like Portsmouth, so-called Bad News, Chirac, Brooklyn, New York, Baton Rouge. Our people's the ones that sit there that's sleeping on the sidewalk, strung out on drugs, depending on government welfare. Do you agree? Do you think that anybody else is really dealing with that like us? Right. Let me continue on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shalt thou be in the fields. Who was working in the blistering heat, sun up and sun down, getting their backs beat in? Right. It was our people. It wasn't happening to nobody else. Sugar cane fields, tobacco fields, cotton fields.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Right.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right. So when we was out there stuck working in those fields, our children may be right there working beside us in the fields, or they may be sleeping in a little shack where we was forced to stay in. And in doing so, another plantation owner will come over and say, "Look, Junior or Junior needs another just started his own plantation. So I need some slaves." They will take our children and give them to the other plantation owners. And if you try to do anything about it, you'll be put to death on the spot, or be put in the hot box, or get some lashes on your back from the whips.
That's right.
You understand? Let's bring that to modern time. Let's fast forward right quick. When kids get whooped out here in public now, when a parent disciplines their child and somebody records it, throwing it on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, CPS is knocking on the door now. Everybody want to get involved. And now you sit there, CPS is saying, "Look, I see that you around here disciplining your child. How many needs your child above for? Can we do anything about it?" If CPS comes, can we do anything about it? Yeah, no, your ass good as gone. And if you do try to do anything about it, you can get locked up. In verse 48.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
We should serve our enemies,
which the Lord shall send against
which
thee,
the Lord shall send against us.
in hunger,
Right?
and in thirst, and in nakedness.
So hungry. Maybe you want to get something to eat. What's one of your favorite spots y'all like to get something to eat from? Taco Bell? Home cooked meal? All praise. How about you? What's the spot there?
be by the campus Domino's sometimes.
Okay.
It's quick stuff.
Well, shit, then do we own Domino's, McDonald's? Do white people own those places? We can franchise in, have a partial, partially own the business, but overall the CEO is pointing the fingers with that big ring on. It's a white man sitting at that same. And it thirsts. Take water that comes freely out of the sky, out of natural wells and springs on the earth. They put it in a bottle and they charge you for it. What about Vefco? Well, you gotta sit there and pay your water bill. You know what I'm saying? We don't own that. The white man does. Point blank. Negligence. We picked all the goddamn cotton and don't own no damn textile mills. I can't come to you and say, brother, I need some silk. We get 20 pounds of silk and 13 pounds of linen to make so my wife can make me and my kids some clothes. Can't do that. You know?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he shall do what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
See that picture right there? Now, let me ask you a question right quick. If you was living in during the time of cattle slavery, and let's say you got that chain around your neck, right? You trying to get away, you can run down the open road or you can run with, in between the trees and stuff. To try to, between the trees, right? The thing about it is, you had a yoke of iron on your neck, it was made to snag. So if you running, because you're not going to be running slow. I mean, we fast on our feet. You know what I'm saying? We move, we swim. You get up out of there. So imagine that dog going yoke of iron catch you on that trip. What's going to happen? Dead. Because they'd rather have a dead nigga than a free nigga. That's how they looked at it. That's also where the Jingle Bells came in at. Did you know that? You know about the song Jingle Bells, right? It started from shit when we had Yo Survival like that and the Jingle Bells were ringing when we trying to get away. For the dogs to hear us. Yeah, this what I'm talking about. That one right there is too. That's the one. That's another one right there. Slap the next slam up. You know? And it said until we have destroyed you. You got any pets? Pets? What type of pet? You got a dog? What type of dog you got?
I got like Chihuahua mixed already.
Okay. So look, when you sit there put a collar on your dog, that leash, you don't want him to leave the yard. After you sit there and have that leash on his neck for a good little while, train him up right. You take that leash off, he's gonna leave the yard. Same thing they did our people. Now our people are mentally destroyed. Because in the days of old, our people would rather sit there and die than to break the commandments of our God. Just like they forced us, when they sit there, when we was in cattle slavery, they was eating real good and they would give us the slop. Chitlins, hog ass, all kinds of nasty, disgusting stuff that we know we're not supposed to eat. We get 64 right quick. No, matter of fact, we get 54. Then
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse number 54.
I want you to pay close attention to this, all right?
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So, in the days of old, man, we used to see each other. It was always, what's up, brother? How you doing? We damn near pretty much knew each other because we would sit there, we stayed, within the community. Making sure, hey, your family good, your kids good. And listen, I see your daughter sit there going around the corner with this dude, man. I'm gonna walk with you. Let's go get her right quick. Because she ain't supposed to be with him. That's how we used to move. We love one another. We can't ask each other for a doggone, we can't ask you for some doggone Heinz tomato ketchup now. You might get mad. My step,
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
is what?
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother. That's the black violence, King. That's why people is killing each other. This is one of the curses. This is why the reason why people is killing each other so much. Like I was getting ready to say, I can't go to a brother now and say, hey man, can I borrow some ketchup, some sugar? What the hell is you talking about? You look at a brother too long, the effort you looking at. Brother, brother sit there flip the dog on big coat, like what's good? You looking at him, he just flipped the coat. You be like, damn, you better murk me like that. That's how people is.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? And toward the wife of his bosom. He got an evil eye towards his brother and toward his wife. What does that sound like? Huh?
I said something like you ready to get everybody.
This that's what they call that domestic violence. Brother sitting there smacking this woman up, black eyes, busted lip, and now the woman doing it to men too. I've seen a couple of videos, a couple of women that you know, the dusted their man off. I'm like, damn, it's bad out here. Come on, Adam.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
And toward the remnant of his own children, which he shall lead. Is the Arab man doing that? Is he leaving his children? Is the Chinese man leaving his children? Is the white man leaving his children? Nah. And if so, it's a few. But primarily, we the ones that's doing it. Our brothers is doing it. Our brothers don't sit there care for their kids no more like that, man. We just take care of our kids. There's still black fathers out here that do. But on a broader scale, our brothers don't take care of their children like that no more. Hey, what they say, after the kids. Remember, they made a meme about it. They made a joke about it. Like it was funny. There's nothing funny about sitting there saying, F your kids.
I know.
That's wickedness. You know what I'm saying? But that, like I said, this is happening because we decided not to keep the commandments of our God.
Verse number 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
What was that? Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 12. And what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord said that we can go into Egypt again. Egypt is just a similitude for slavery. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
Then beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
From the what?
From the house of bondage.
From the house of bondage. What is bondage? To be a servant, to be a slave to somebody. So the Lord said that we can go back into Egypt again. Really said you're going to go back into slavery.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, how do we get over here to the U.S. of A? What form of transportation? Ships.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
That's in the Bible. But see, you know, a lot of these churches don't teach our people the Bible like it's supposed to be taught now.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
But in the same way he said it's going to happen. That's how the same way he said it's going to happen.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
As soon as we get off them slave ships, we sold to our enemies.
For bondmen.
For slave men.
And bondwomen.
It's a slave woman.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy me. No man that word buy means to redeem. Because in the days of old, when if our brother or sister was in slavery, we could buy them out. We could sit there, come up with they would come up with a sum, and we'd give them the money and bring them back out. We can't do that now. Why? Because the Most High hand is stretched forth against us. And ain't nobody saying the Most High. Ain't nobody stopping. The only one that's gonna move his hand is him. But if breaking his commandments got us put over here, what must we do to go back home? Because this is not our home. The U.S. is not our home. So if breaking his commandments got us put over into the U.S., what must we do to go back home? Right. Now, another question. Who is that right there? Not Jesus. Right. How do you know?
They say in the Bible like he had skin of bronze or something.
Right, let me get that. Let me get the Revelations 1 and 13.
Revelation 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
Right. Now, revelation means the revealing. Why does Jesus Christ need to be revealed? Because that image, the Most High knew that they was going to sit there and produce this image to our people. So he had to reveal how his son looked, so we can sit there and understand who he truly is, and understand that he will be a so-called black man that won't live. Bring it up.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like what?
White like wool.
White like wool. Who has woolly hair? Do anybody else got woolly hair like us? Right? Continue on.
as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his what?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Brown. Let's say how dark you want to go.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
Sorry, as if they burned in the furnace. So it could be a dark brother.
Right.
If you was to walk past right now, walk past a whole bunch of racist ass white folks, they'll be calling them nigger, spit, you know what I'm saying, dust, grease monkey. They be saying all kinds of things like that to them. Same way they treat us now. So now, you know, we all pretty much already know that that's not the real, that's not who he really is. Alright, then we're gonna touch on some laws. These are the things that get our people jammed up. Because remember, breaking the commandments is what got us put over here, right? So let's give y'all some laws to show y'all the things that we must keep. We're the book of Leviticus, chapter 11. Are you right there?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse number 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine. Though,
You know the swine? You know what swine is? You know what swine is? Right. You got it.
though he divide the hoop and be cloven footed,
Right?
yet he cheweth not the cud.
Right?
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
Read. Of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you.
See that? Most of God told us that we're not supposed to be eating no swine, man. We're not supposed to be eating pig. So look. Right. You know what I'm saying? In the days of old, they had what you could call the pig man. What he would do is they would bring his slew of pigs throughout the town, and they would eat. They was basically the trash company. Before they came over these big ass trash trucks, they was using the swine, because swine eat everything. They eat their own manure, they eat their carcasses, anything they can put their mouth to, they eat it. And they don't have no sweat glands. And they have what you call the trichina worm. That's a worm that cannot be killed that's in them. First they sit there, they said you can kill it by cooking. Well, they found out that fire can't kill a trichina worm. Then they said they started trying to use radiation to kill it. Still can't kill the worm. Why? Because the Most High set it up that way. I'm pretty sure the Most High set it up for them to be able to digest and deal with them being able to eat everything.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's scientifically proven that people that love to eat swine, they have worms in their gut throughout their body, parasites, and then they brain. And people start going dumb and berserk out here. Right. So we're not supposed to eat it. Look, I got a video with this shit there show y'all too. So you can tell your people about it. Look at this.
This is not the big end like the rat.
See that? You want to put that in your body?
That's why I start eating pig.
Like, somebody ain't trying to sit there eat nothing like that, man.
This is verse number 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the water.
This is the thing that you eat that's in the waters.
Whatsoever hath fins
Fins
and
and
scales
scales.
in the water, in the sea, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
What is that going into? You can only eat fish. And you can't just eat any that type of fish. It has to have fins and scales. So if you can only eat fish that comes out of the water, what can't you eat that's in the water that everybody loves? Right? The same thing that the swine do on the land, that's what the other creatures do in the water. When I was coming up, the water was a little bit more plenty than what it is now. But over the last couple of years, you've been seeing a lot of videos on Facebook, TikTok, seeing people having the shrimp crab balls, they smacking their lips, butter garlic sauce, having little ASMRs, and people's loving it, not knowing that they're killing themselves, putting doggone toxins in their body. We're not supposed to eat those things, man. Like I said, the same thing that they do, the swine do on the earth, they do in the water. Water is muggy. And see, I got sensitive skin. And one time I jumped in the water at Ocean View, came back out, man. It was like swamp thing, man. Y'all gonna have hives and whatnot, man. I'm hiding behind the door. People, family trying to come see me. Everyone closing my door. They come knocking on the door. I'm peeking like, yeah, what's good? Looking crazy as hell. That's because the water is toxic and dirty, man. Yeah. That's because it's so polluted because the things that clean the water is not in there no more. I seen a video that they took a fish tank and put seawater in the fish tank, right? With no clams. Then they took another fish tank, the exact same thing, with seawater and put clams in, and that thing was clear as day. You could see clean through it. But the one without the clams, it just looked foggy, muggy. Nasty as hell. So now y'all know that if you want to eat things that you want to eat out of water, it has to have fins and scales. We got a slew of fish that we can eat, man, that we can enjoy. We got the salmon. I know y'all be dogging salmon. That fried salmon, man, honey glazed. You know what I'm saying? Or you see they get some of that trout, man. You there, throw some butter on that junk. You know, you can go in with the fish. It's damn, I can't even see the name all over so that we can eat it. You know what I'm saying? Then we got clean meats that's on the land that we can eat, man. We got that chicken. You know what I'm saying? We got that pot roast. You know, we throw some gravy on it, carrots and onions. Nice roll. You salt that gravy up. You know, you can get in that thing. Good for the Lord. What you want?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse number 5.
This is a hard one, man, for our sisters. Our sisters don't like this one, man. Bring it out, man.
Thou shalt. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse number 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Right?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Now, like I said, this one is pretty tough for our sisters, right? It says a woman is not supposed to wear what pertains to a man. When you go to the bathroom, how do you tell the difference between the men's bathroom and the woman's bathroom? She got a dress on. Our woman is not supposed to wear pants. Why? It's too revealing. I mean, let's just be honest. Do we want our women to sit there be revealing what they have that's supposed to be meant for us? Do we really want men to be staring at our wives? I know I don't. Ain't nothing sweet about that. Having men sit there longing after your wife, they looking at her shake. Might go home, they might take a look, like, wipe my wife pants, brother, sit there, clips right quick, then go home and he sit there, whacking all. That's, we got creeps out here like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Our women are supposed to be modest and wear dresses. And the men, look at Tyler Perry. Everybody loves Tyler Perry. Medea, Big Mama's house. Why do you think they got mad with Dave Chappelle? What he wouldn't do?
He wouldn't like what's it called? Yeah, he wouldn't put a dress on and stuff.
That's right.
And he wouldn't put on the dress.
Isn't that like, doesn't like the industry do that shit too?
Yeah.
They make him do that shit.
You gotta sit there and do stuff like
Can I
that.
just move it off? She's trying to park right here.
Yeah, you fine.
They sit there, they do that.
Thank
They
you.
sit there to emasculate, to make our men emasculate, effeminate. They make our men effeminate. Men ain't supposed to be acting like that, man. I just seen a clip on Facebook like 2 days ago. Man, it's Esau, I don't really give a damn, but got a goddamn had John Cena, man, want a doggone kilt, man, with some doggone stockings on. Damn, with some damn stockings on, man. What about Vin Rames in that movie Holiday? Everybody love that movie too. Bring it out. Number 15.
Numbers 15 and 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel,
Right?
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments,
Right?
throughout their generations.
Throughout what?
Throughout their generations.
We still populated, correct?
Right.
We still making babies? So that means we gotta rock these fringes. I'm gonna show you what fringes is in just a second. Continue on.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Hey, what?
A ribbon of blue.
Now look at me and my brothers. You see these little tassels? We call them fringes. See this right here? He got on the black with the navy blue. He got on the gold fringes with the royal blue. Elder got his on. His brother got his on with the royal blue. You can get in this thing. It don't matter what color the fringe is. You gotta sit there. You can rock it, and you can rock any color blue. You know what I'm saying? If you got on some dark color, you can get in this thing, man, for real, for real. You can sit there and if we're not doing it for a fashion statement, because we're doing it because the Most High commanded us to, but we damn sure can make it look good too. You know how we is, man. We the salt of the earth. We better. As a matter of fact, we get that in Deuteronomy 76.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse number 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Say it again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means to be separate. We're separated from everybody else, man. We're different. That's why I said everybody want to be us so bad. That's all holy means, though, is to be separate, right? Continue on.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee
Chosen you
to be a special people unto himself,
to be a special people unto himself.
above all people.
Above who?
Above all people.
Just the white man.
Above all people.
Just the Arab man.
Above all people.
Above all people
that are upon the face of the earth.
that are upon the face of this whole earth. We better than all of them.
Right.
That's why we dress the best. We cook the best.
Right.
We the best in all the sports.
Right.
Anything you can think of, we built all of this.
Right.
You know, all them other countries, Great Wall of China. You think they built that? We built that when we was in captivity over there. The pyramids. They said the technology that they have now still can't explain how we was able to make the pyramids back then. We just like that. We nice like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We better than everybody.
Right.
So that should give you a reason to walk around with your chest out and look down on these other people like, man, you ain't nothing. They say that they talk about us like we ain't nothing. You see on the news, one of our brothers may have seen they committed a murder, or he only got to commit a murder. A lot of brothers get killed. Look at this thug. He was a thug in his high school years. He stole a bike, or he stole some French fries from a kid lunch tray. He's just a bad guy. But then one of them said they get in some trouble. Oh, he's just a good kid. You know, he's made honor roll. He did this and he did that, and the whole time this nigga got racist ass comments on his YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? On all kinds of stupidness, man. He voted. Nobody gives a damn. Nigga was crooked as hell.
Right.
But that's how they sit there and portray us. So now you gotta, like I said, you got a reason to walk around with your chest out. Look down, sit there and be proud. Sit there, all of us is going through things on this earth, man, but we're gonna get past it as long as we come back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Finish reading that, King.
Says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments,
Right.
throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments.
And remember what?
Remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
And what?
And do them.
And do them. So that's another reason why we gotta watch these fringes right here, man.
Right.
When you sit there about to do something you haven't been doing, you sit there, you know, the hand will sit there and come across, you be like, damn, I'm an Israelite, I can't do that. I'm better, man. I'm better than this. You know? Is that it on that?
Says, and do them. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
And you know, we sit there used to go after what the hell we wanted to do, man. We can't do that no more. That's why we out here to sit there and talk to y'all and let y'all know what's really going on. Cause as you can see, all these killings enhancing, the murder rate is going up, the crime rate. You see all these derailments, right? With these hazard materials flipping over. I know y'all haven't heard nobody really talking about it. Contaminated the water supply, man.
You shall not go up and down as a talebearer.
Man, you can't be going up and down as a talebearer. Sit there telling your brothers secrets or your sisters, lying on them, spreading rumors. You can't be doing that. That's wicked. You don't love your brother if you do something like that. Continue on.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Right.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
Neither should you stand against the blood of your neighbor. You can't just let nobody just do anything to your people. You gotta be wise about it. But at the end of the day, because all these other nations, they take up for each other. I mean, look at the wicked. Think about the so-called. Think about the homosexuals on this earth, man. The homosexual could have killed somebody and was dead ass wrong. What you think the rest of the homosexuals gonna do? You think they gonna back them up, don't you? The wicked back each other up. The so-called white man, when they sit there, especially the people, police force, shooting our brothers down. They find all kinds of ins and outs to make sure that they get out. They're gonna look out for one another. All the other nations do it too. It's time for us to start doing the same thing for our people. We have to make sure that we take care of our people, we take care of ourselves, take care of our communities. And to do that, we must sit there, start by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God gave us. This is the only book, if our people, that can start a whole civilization and it be flawless if everybody listen. This is the only book that can do that. The Quran can't do it. I don't know what the hell they're all going to do. Chinese book. What they do? Scrolls or something? They do. I don't know.
Isn't it like a book called Book of Enoch or something?
Buddhism. Whatever that Chinese shit they got going on. Yeah, Buddhism. They got what's the question you asked again, King?
Isn't like a book named Book of Enoch?
Yeah, the Book of Enoch. You don't want to mess with that. What you want to do, if the Most High put you on that level and strengthens you, you know, you can sit there and you can mess with it. But you got to sit there and make this your foundation first. Because if you don't sit there and make the Bible your foundation, then everything else that you sit to read is gonna mess your mind up. Because it has a whole lot of fallacies and a lot of faults in it. Like the Bible, like for one, in the Book of Enoch, it sit there says that Pharaoh survived the parting of the Red Sea. But the Bible says that he was killed right along with his soldiers. So which book are you supposed to believe? The Bible or the Book of Enoch? You get what I'm saying? But if you don't sit there and read the Bible, you just go straight to the Book of Enoch, you're going to sit there and say, well, Pharaoh survived. And a lot of people sit there and when they do that, they stuck on those other books without having the proper foundation.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse number 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You can't hate your brother. If you sit there and think, if you hate your brother, you're a killer. That's in the Bible. See?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You gotta rebuke your brothers, man. You gotta correct them. Rebuke means to correct. You see your brother doing something wrong, let him know. Brother sit there stealing from his own brother. Hey, you can't be stealing from your own people. You gotta be working together. You see your brother sit there sleeping with another brother's wife. Come on, man. That's how brothers get killed. And in the days of old, if you got caught, that was legal. But we don't have that. We don't have that ability no more. We don't have that no more because we wasn't operating correctly. So when you see your brother doing that, you see your brother smoking weed. Y'all smoke?
Used to. That's not.
You saw. You did. Sister, you gotta leave that alone, sister. You got to. You love the Lord, don't you? You do? First shot. Let's see what the Lord has to say about it. Finish that right there.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not suffer sin. So you gotta, because if you don't sit there and correct your brother, then you let him sit there and continue sin, and the sin is the wages of death. That means when you sin, you're gonna get killed by the Most High. It may not be right then, it may not be a couple of months, but sooner or later your ass will get killed by the Most High if you don't get corrected, or if you don't correct your brother. And if you know that your brother's going off, you don't correct him, that blood will be on your hands too. He's still gonna get killed, but the Most High can get up with you too.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
You can't avenge. Brother do something wrong to you, man. You can tell him that you ain't appreciate it. You can correct him on that. Hey, bro, you can't be doing something like that, man. I don't appreciate you sitting there disrespecting me like that. And you don't got to do it in front of everybody. You talk to him like one-on-one, like brother's supposed to. And you can't sit there bearing any grudge. Because when you bear a grudge, it festers, and then you develop that hate. In the verse 16, in verse you can't hate your brother, Salaki. You can't hate him. Festers, then other situations boil up. You might sit there, your brother might have, let's say your brother took your favorite James, right? He rocking them. You say something to him, and you don't even say nothing to him. You mad? He going back, but you don't say nothing. Then one day, y'all talking, y'all having a conversation, and he just spit on you by mistake because you talking. You like, damn, this nigga. You still mad about the J's, and then he done spit on you. they like, yeah, okay. Now you got the side eye. And then the next time you go to a family reunion, he get the last scoop of doggone fruit salad and all hell breaks loose. You mad as hell. You flipping tables, fighting now over a couple fruit salads, man. You know what I'm saying? you let the doggone anger and grudge first start picking you, man. You know, now y'all sit there, y'all ain't cool no more. Now y'all hate each other. And then the cycle just repeats, man. You gotta break that cycle.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
But thou shalt what?
But thou shalt
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
At the end of the day,
I am
man,
the Lord.
that's right, man. We gotta love each other out here, man. We gotta treat each other fair.
That's my hair.
This is the book of 1 Peter,
Sister, this for you, sister.
chapter 5 and verse 8.
Bring it out,
Be sober. Be vigilant.
right?
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour.
So you gotta be aware. And see, I'm gonna tell you something.
I was just reading Nehemiah about 5 minutes ago.
When you sit there, when you smoke, you know what happens when you smoke. You're going to deep thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You start thinking about crazy ass things that you hadn't been thinking about. You know, it'd be weird stuff too. I ain't gonna go into details, but the enemy is always seeking a way to get at you. You might sit there and get high one day, or you could be getting high with the wrong people. Let's say you got some homegirls, right? You know how the homegirls. Alright. Well, either way, I'm gonna give an example anyway. Some sisters may sit there and be smoking weed, right? They got some homegirls. Let's say she's probably the prettiest side of the crowd. They jealous of her. What you think they're gonna do? Lace her. You get what I'm saying? Or the person you get it from, the drug man, they gotta be a sister. You be a drug man. I need this extra cash. I need to make this stretch. You know, he might throw some doggone what's that synthetic shit they got out here? Fentanyl, K12. Y'all see what that K12 was doing surge a couple of years ago. You know, there's all kinds of wicked things out here that can happen. You mess with that stuff. Certain, you know, it's all kinds of wicked things that can happen to you, sister. And we don't want that for you. I'm pretty sure he don't want that for you. You know, so you gotta leave him alone. So you gotta be aware. You gotta be aware, sister. Now you see they say you love God, right? Bring that up.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
And hereby we know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Right?
He that saith I know him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar.
No, that love him. That's First John 5. First John 5 and 4. It's a 5 and 3. It's a lot.
1 John 5 and verse 2.
Now hold on,
Bring it
man. So all y'all love God? Y'all do? All right, well listen what he had to say there.
By this we know that we love the children of God,
Right?
when we love God and keep his commandments.
When we what?
When we love God and keep his commandments.
You sit there and say you love him on the side. You gotta keep his commandments. If you don't keep the commandments, that means you don't love him.
Right.
And y'all look very smart, man. Y'all sit there taking this information in, y'all soaking it up. So the smart thing to do, which like I said, y'all look like y'all smart anyway, is to sit there and take advantage of being able to read the scriptures now. Because soon they're gonna have it so that we can't sit there and read the scriptures. Give me the book of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. I think so. Y'all college students? High school? Oh, okay. Y'all need to sit there and take advantage because a lot of the young people don't sit there, y'all age, sit there really don't want to sit there and hear this, man.
They just got the open mindset.
All praise to the Most High. That's a blessing. How old are you? 18? 18? 17? And listen, give me the book, Elder, give me the book of John, chapter 6, verse 24.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, and verse number 44. Salaki. John, chapter 6, and verse number 44.
Right?
No man cometh to me except the Father which has sent me draw him.
Except what?
Except the Father which sent me draw him.
So you say you gotta, you just gotta open mind like that. But the Most High is the one that drew you over here.
That's right.
The Most High is the one that brought you over here. Why? Because he see that he wants you to come back to him.
Right.
He really want all his children to come back. But he know those the ones that's gonna sit there and listen and hear him out. That's gonna sit there and hear his voice. He said, my sheep know my voice. Right? So if you gotta sit there, y'all gotta take advantage of having the ability to read the scripture. Watch this. Bring that out.
Amos 8 and verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God,
Right?
that I will send a famine in the land,
It's in a famine. Right? What type of famine?
not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water,
Right?
but of hearing the words of the Lord.
But of what?
Of
But
hearing the words of the Lord.
Our people ain't gonna better hear this very soon. The Lord is about to sit there and snatch this away. And once he does, that's when all hell breaks loose. That's when everything is gonna go goddamn up shit creek. That's when the murders is gonna be really sitting there amplified to the levels that people have never seen before. It's called Jacob's Trouble.
Right.
Give me the book of Jeremiah chapter 30 right quick.
This is the book of
Give me the book of
Jeremiah,
Daniel chapter 12 verse 1.
chapter 30, and verse number 7.
Bring it out.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's Trouble. Jacob is the progenitor of Israel. So when you hear Jacob, and it could be talking about the progenitor of our nation, or it's talking about us as a whole. Where
But he shall be saved out of it.
but we shall be saved out of it. Is that it on that? Oh,
I can go sit down, brother.
go ahead.
For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke off thy neck,
Right?
and will burst thy bonds.
Right?
And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
Bring that out, right now.
Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time, Michael's
And
and at that time shall Michael stand.
And at that time is talking about Jacob's trouble again.
That's right.
Because there's other scriptures that's talking about in that time or in that hour. Because it's gonna be terrible out here.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered.
It's gonna be so bad that the archangel Michael will have to sit and come down here to help us out. It's gonna be so bad. The Most High said that it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be as it's never been before. Now think about the things that happened to us in the past already. They sit there. They took our people, tied our people to two horses, spread the ass of the horses, ripped them apart. They took our woman, sit there, they was pregnant, cut their stomachs open, snatched the baby out, and put a cat in their stomach and sewed it back and laughed about it and shit and bet it. How fast would it take for the cat to get out of her stomach? They sit there, they would take our babies, sit there and tie their leg up by the edge of the water as alligator bait, just so they can make alligator wallets, snake skin boots, alligator gators, Stacey Adams boots. They did these type of things to us. They sit there, they put us on live, they burned us alive. They did all kinds of treacherous things and atrocities to us. And the Most High said it's still gonna be worse than that. If you really get into this Bible, you'll read the story about the mother and her 7 sons. How they would sit, they got whooped with scourges. A scourge is a whip that's made out of bone, metals, and all types of little trinkets. So when they hit you with it, when they pull it back, they snatching everything with it. Yeah, pretty much Cat 9 Tails. They sit there with they would cut off their members, with all their extremities, tongue, and threw them in the cauldron, fried them. And their siblings had to sit there and watch each other get killed like that, one by one. And the Most High said it's going to be worse than that. We was living it was so bad at one point that our people was eating their own babies. And it's gonna be worse than that. So in order to sit there and be saved out of that situation, man, now I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody ain't gonna be able to just escape it. Some of us gonna have to die for Christ's namesake. He died for us, so it's only right that some of us do the same thing. Then there's gonna be some of us that do would be able to escape. But in order to inherit the kingdom of the Most High, you got to be willing to sit there and go through this thing and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right? Y'all have any questions? No questions? All right. So what are y'all?
That's
What?
right.
That's right. That's right. The book of Mark, chapter 1, verse number 15.
Bring it up.
And say, the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of God is at hand. Repent ye and believe in the gospel.